Welcome to Business Turnaround, your go-to podcast for insightful strategies on managing companies in decline or distress. I'm your host, Marek Niedźwiedź from AXA Capital, and today we are diving into a problem most SME owners feel every day but rarely understand: management bandwidth collapse. Let's get it started. This is what happens when a business grows beyond the owner's ability to personally hold everything together, but without the systems, structure or leadership depth to replace them. On the surface, nothing dramatic happens. There is no single crisis, no headline events. Just a slow, grinding sense that everything is slipping at once. Decisions take longer, mistakes increase, people ask more questions, quality becomes inconsistent, and the owner feels permanently tired. That's not bad management. That's overload. Most blue-collar businesses are built on the owner's energy. In the early days, the owner sells, manages, fixes, approves, hires, fires, and solves problems personally. It works until it doesn't. As volume increases, the number of decisions multiplies, but the owner's time doesn't. And that's when the collapse begins. What makes this dangerous is that owners often misdiagnose the problem. They think they need better staff, or more meetings, or tighter control, or longer hours. In reality, the business has simply outgrown the owner's personal bandwidth. I've walked into companies where the owner was working 14 hours a day and still falling behind. Not because they were ineffective, but because the business design assumed one person could hold the entire system together indefinitely. That's not leadership, that's a structural flaw. When management bandwidth collapses, the business starts to decay in predictable ways. People stop taking responsibility because decisions always flow upward. Middle managers hesitate because authority isn't clear. Small issues become big because nobody catches them early, and profitability suffers not from one big failure, but from 100 small ones. The turning point in a real turnaround is recognizing that the solution is not more effort, it's redesign. Redesigning decision making, redesigning accountability, redesigning who owns what and who no longer needs permission to act. One owner I worked with believed his problem was discipline. He kept tightening controls, approvals increased, bottlenecks formed, performance dropped further. When we finally stepped back and rebuilt the management structure around clear ownership instead of constant supervision, something remarkable happened. Errors fell, speed increased, and the owner finally regained control by letting go of wrong things. That's the paradox most SME owners struggle with. Holding on too tightly feels safe, but it suffocates the business. Letting go intelligently is what restores strengths. Turnarounds accelerate when owners stop being the center of every decision and start being the architect of the system. That's when management bandwidth expands without adding chaos. That's when profitability returns, not because people work harder, but because the business finally works properly. If you feel like everything depends on you, if you can't step away without things breaking, if your business feels heavier every month, this episode is for you. The problem is not commitment, the problem is design. This concept of management bandwidth and how to rebuild leadership capacity without losing control is covered in detail in my book, The Blue Collar Turnaround Bible. You can download the free digital copy on my website, axa.capital. Inside, I explain how to transition from owner-led survival to system-led profitability. Thank you for listening to Business Turnaround. I'm Marek Niedźwiedź, and remember, businesses don't fail because owners care too little. They fail because the business demands more than one person can carry. Redesign the load, and the turnaround begins. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.